just want to make sure you're doing okay, that's all.
Then
That'd
stop
be like,
asking
hey.
me about it every 10 seconds.
And that's how he would.
You fell off the chair.
No, that's Daddy looking back at us like.
What's up, Blerd boys and girls? We're back with another episode of Blerd Up Reacts, where we watch and react to the latest and greatest in movie, TV, and gaming. Of course, we are your hosts. I'm Killer Cam.
And I'm Monique.
And we are about to react to episode 3 of Superman and Lois. Now, you guys, we sincerely apologize. Listen, work got us last week. Work got us last week, and it just was not enough time in the day. So we got the major things out, the major things that we try to get out every week. But unfortunately, Superman and Lois episode 3 it just had to go to the bottom of the list. So we apologize for the delay, but look at it this way: you're gonna get 2 Superman and Lois reactions this week.
Yay. Well, I was actually about to say that if y'all don't for some reason get 2 Superman and Lois this week, it's because we're trying to bring y'all Justice League and Falcon and Winter Soldier. So
that's
just
true.
know we trying to get this content out to y'all because we know y'all love us and we love you. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being here with us. But the way my job is set up, sometimes it doesn't always work out. But hang with us. We'll get this content out to you no matter what. So just want to say that.
Oh my gosh, it's too funny. And the way we do kind of prioritize these also, in case you guys didn't know, we do look at views and likes and comments. That's what we use to kind of determine what needs to get edited and go out first. So if this is one of your favorites, make sure you are hitting that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. That way we know what content you want to see first. And you can stay up to date with all our other reactions.
Yep.
All right, so on the last episode, it seems like forever, we got to meet the real Captain Luthor.
Yep. American man, y'all.
Yeah.
One of my favorite actors, actually, to be honest with you. But go ahead, you can finish now.
No, it's all good. Yeah, that was a high point for me because I was just curious to see who it was gonna be. Because anyway, but then we got Jordan going to the Fortress of Solitude.
It's okay, take it slow.
Words. And basically Jor-El was like, you ain't no Krypton, get out of here. You ain't no Kryptonian, get out of here. You know, and then of course Morgan Edge thought he was besting Lois Lane, and she was like, I'll just write for Smallville Gazette. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. So curious to see where this one picks up.
Yeah, me too as well. I mean, not a lot happened in the last episode, but still enough to keep me interested in the show. Also, we know that this show has great effects. It doesn't even look like a CW show, so I'm gonna keep with it for that. But yeah, I'm ready for this next episode. I do actually want to shout out though some of our commenters on the last episode. Definitely want to shout out Queerly Beloved. I believe Sucked as well. Van 61. Thank you all for commenting. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else, any other subscribers.
Yellow Does It.
Yellow Does It. And Yellow Does It.
Yeah.
I do want to shout y'all out. Thank you so much for just supporting us, for commenting, and again, be patient with us with these reviews. We will get this out to you as soon as we can. So thank you so much for your support, and we appreciate y'all.
Most definitely. All right, let's jump into this Superman and Lois episode 3.
Yep. All right, I'm ready. Let's go. What we painting?
We gotta make it look like home.
Does this have too much blue in it?
That's ugly, Lois.
No, it's not.
Mom, can we just pick something?
This is an important decision. We're finally putting our own stamp on this house.
Right.
If you make up your mind.
Boy.
Woo! This is so different than a black family.
You like this color?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah?
You dummy.
Yeah. Uh-oh. move your boat.
Do it got a motor on it?
Well, you need to start paddling or something, but I wouldn't be thank you, Superman, for saving me, but before you slip or something come along.
Every power comes with its own burden.
You mean rules?
Which are meant to protect you.
Don't draw attention to myself. Oh, don't feed him after midnight.
If anyone ever found out the truth about me, it would change everything.
It's the small things that'll raise suspicion.
All I'm asking is that you're careful. I can't always be there.
Okay. All right.
I really don't think that's too much to ask.
It's really not.
Oh,
Hey, short stack. Hey! What are you doing? Come on. Thank you.
Throw his ass into the wall.
Hey guys! I was just making sure that you were okay. You could have said something this morning, but instead you lied to our faces. You just didn't ask. It's not like I'm listening all the time. That is the wrong answer. You know, I thought you said it was okay for me to go to school. It is. Having a new power is a lot. Yeah, so that was a lie too.
Now wait a minute, because you was on the verge here, and I'm not mad at you for being on the verge, but
and what part of y'all don't understand if I can hear everything all the time?
right.
Which one of you is calling around New Carthage looking for a new story?
That would be me. Does this have anything to do with Morgan Edge?
I'm hoping you can help me nail that bastard's ass to the wall.
You come to the right place. Come
I
on
know,
in.
that's what I want to hear. Oh Lord, she gonna end up dead.
Is that your brother? What are you doing? Trying out for the team. That is a terrible idea. What about your powers? I'll go easy. Do you even know how to do that? Don't worry.
This isn't a good idea, but I'm for it. Do it.
Go on, take some reps a corner.
Yes, coach.
You're gonna need to put that helmet on.
But
Why he running like that?
I know.
You smiling now, bro?
That's what I'm talking about.
Thanks, coach.
Woo! Thank you. Hey, where you going, QB number 2? Someone's running today, smartass. You give me 5 for keeping that from me. Pick up the pace, or I'll put 5 on it.
Excuse me? Why is he running like that? Why they run funny? Both of them do.
I'm guessing that maybe they really ain't used to running in pads. I don't know.
I think Sharon Powell might have given us our big break. Here's another theory. That lady was half in the back, selling a conspiracy theory about her son.
That voicemail was really compelling.
Out of context, sure, but he never once mentioned Morgan Edge.
At least give me the chance to prove I'm right.
What is that?
What the fuck was that?
I hate to ask, but you don't happen to drive a station wagon that's on fire right now.
Do you still think that it's not Morgan Edge? Girl.
Short stack. All right.
Well, he gonna break somebody's bones.
I hope he does. A femur.
You ready?
Take the kneecap out so he can't play no more.
Ready?
Ooh, I don't want to see it.
Shouldn't have kissed Sarah. It wasn't cool. Apologize.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Team the place
I thought he was about to do some Brightburn stuff right there.
Who's next up?
Uh-oh.
Your daddy seen you. You finna get in trouble.
How could you possibly think it was okay to join the football team?
You didn't say it wasn't?
Your powers are not something to be taken lightly, Jordan.
I barely have any, remember? You know what? Everything you do is a mistake. You know, I just wish you would go back to not being around anymore.
Go upstairs.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
That was Superman saying. If you weren't mine, you'd be through that wall.
I'm with you guys. I don't know what he was thinking.
You too.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Y'all did this wrong anyways. He was supposed to be listening behind the corner.
Jonathan!
I hear you. Upstairs.
Upstairs now.
He didn't mean all that, but we can't take everything he says at face value.
And how am I supposed to know what he needs?
All I'm saying is maybe figure out the reason behind Jordan's anger and address that.
You going somewhere?
Miss Powell's son isn't the only worker who's gone missing.
So you're right.
We're meeting in New Carthage to go over it all. I'm gonna need to borrow your truck.
You gonna bring it back?
50-50.
Well, I felt like when that lady walked up in that office, they was like, "You looking for Julius? Come on in."
You were right. I should have said something.
We all make mistakes.
What if Jordan joining the team wasn't a mistake? Maybe Jordan needs football. I don't know. What if joining the team's a good thing?
I appreciate you sticking up
No,
for your brother.
look, it's not even like that. He's making friends.
Jonathan, there's nothing I want more than for you guys to be happy. But we have to be careful.
But he doesn't have super strength like you. That's what Jorel DeBarge said, right?
Did he say Jarrell DeBar?
Yeah, he did.
What's the point of having something special if you're not actually allowed to be special?
Be special in another way. How about that? When it feels like
The world is on your shoulders.
Lois.
Lois.
Sharon?
Oh.
Who is that? Ah! Oh.
Oh, that won't help you.
Oh.
No, but he will.
Bitch.
She could have did that before she even went in the room.
I know, right?
Oh.
Oh. Oh man, I thought he was gonna Sub-Zero his ass, man.
He's gone. Are you okay?
She's barely breathing. You need to take her to the hospital. I'll be fine.
Bet you that manager at that hotel is like, what the? What? That's all I got, man.
Is creepy lurking one of your superpowers now?
Come on. I want to show you something. When I was in 9th grade, I wanted to try out for the baseball team, but my dad didn't let me.
So you never even tried out?
Came close. At the last minute, I realized one of the main reasons I wanted to try out didn't have anything to do with baseball. Which is why I need you to be very honest with me. Is playing football something that you really want?
These last couple of days, they've kind of just been incredible.
And you're sure you can keep your powers under control?
Yes. Does this mean I can play?
Yes, but there's one last thing we have to talk about.
You want to be an assistant coach?
I just want to help out.
You're a little late. We've been staffed up since the summer.
I'll do whatever job you need.
Not to mention he'll work for free.
You should have started with that. Welcome to the team. Meet me on the sidelines.
No, Superman saved Pal's mother. Well, how's Lar gonna take care of it?
Lar. You should have ran over her.
What's happening here?
It's done. I'll call a team.
Something's happening here.
Ooh.
How are they getting powers? Something's up here.
I have no idea, but
And-
I am here for it. I don't care.
How are they getting powers? They can't have powers.
They can, and they do. I don't think the Lar girl at the end should have like killed the one guy though. They all could have worked together to beat Superman, but hey, whatever.
No, he
But-
failed.
He did fail. However, 2 is better than 1.
Well, she just said she'll get a team together, so it's not just her.
Oh, I guess that. Well, he still could have been useful. You know what?
I feel like, look, I feel like the missing people, he's giving them powers. It's something to do with these minds and whatever he's doing in this town.
How? How is he giving? them
That's the
powers?
question. Why does he want the small towns? You know?
I don't know. I have a feeling if that's the case, then Lana's husband at the end of this child gonna end up with powers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We here because I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Like they already broken and disheveled and stuff. And he's team Morgan Edge, so why I keep thinking what's the Bank of America Merrill Lynch? Why do I keep trying to
This was a really good episode. I'm sorry. This was a really good episode. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of the parenting stuff that happened to this episode did not happen in our house because there wasn't a lot of "you lied to me. You're listening in on my conversations." There was none of that in our household. There was, what did you say?
Pay a bill.
Yeah. Oh, I know you're not talking to me like that. I know you're not crazy.
Here's my favorite. Don, you better get him.
Right. So I appreciate the extra mile they're going and showing this, because I didn't get that when I was growing up. I didn't know that's how relationships were supposed to be. I thought it was my parents telling me what to do, and if I don't do it, I'm gonna get a whooping. So.
Oh my gosh! Look, yo. Like, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I think he's probably my favorite Superman.
Yeah. I really like the things that he's doing with the part as well. Especially as Clark Kent. Like that last part just then where he's just like carrying around the water cooler and he's like, "Hey, you gave me a jacket and I bought this hat."
Right.
Totally like the embarrassing dad moment. So
yeah, I was like, oh snap! But yeah, I think he's my favorite Superman for the moment. You know,
I'm a little still worried about Jonathan though, because I feel okay. So last episode, he gets to Jordan goes to the Fortress of Solitude without Jonathan. This episode, he's kind of getting in on Jonathan's thing, which is joining the football team. Even though Jordan admitted it's good, Jordan and Jonathan admitted it's good for Jordan and everything like that. But I feel like there's going to be some breaking point with Jonathan where he's just like, I have tried to do everything I could for Jordan, and I've let him, I you know what I mean though? Like
it's basically like the things that were his that
Yeah.
were for his identity, basically, are now not being taken away from him, but they don't make him special anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm happy at the moment that they're getting along, and Jonathan's like, "Hey, if this works for you, bro, let's go ahead and do it." And hey, bro, I'll ask dad this, stuff like that. But I feel like it's going to get to a point where he's going to be like, I have let you in on every aspect of my life that makes me special. The things that I thought that I could do alone, or I could do with dad, or I could do with mom, and now all of those things are gone because you have become so big a part of. You've basically overshadowed everything in my life. So I'm kind of scared. I'm not sure if that's where they're going with Jonathan, but I feel like, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like that he might get to that point.
I mean, there's always going to be a sibling rivalry, and they're twins. So much of their identity, well, in theory, their identities are tied to each other. That's typically how it works with twins. But in this case, it's not. And it's such a severe difference. I think that's what's going to cause the friction.
Yeah.
Because there's this one side that's deemed to be extraordinary. And this other side is just kind of like, well, now you're average. You're not extraordinary. Your brother's extraordinary. I don't know. It's gonna happen. We know it's gonna happen. It would be. Well, it might not happen. Maybe they circumvent it somehow. But I just see story-wise, plot-wise, if I was writing this, I would make that happen. One thing I do, and you had mentioned it also, I do want to point out, because I do feel a certain way about, you know what I'm going to say, right?
I think so, but keep on going.
I feel a certain way about the writing.
Okay, yeah. Because there was an article that I read that actually at the time I didn't realize it, but after I read it, I was like, I feel duped. Like this person is totally right. So I think it was the article was about a writer on the show who was either I think was let go.
So let's be clear, writers. This wasn't a thing that just happened. This happened like actually last year. It just resurfaced when the show came out. but there were writers. Go ahead.
Well, there was writers on the show that felt like the African Americans that are portrayed on the show, is it Captain Luther, and Sean, the boyfriend, were not basically portrayed in the best light in this show. They're both villains at this point in the show, and there were particular writers who felt like that was not the appropriate I guess way to show that every single African American on the show is either going to be like a villain, and because the story goes, because these writers spoke up, they were let go.
Right.
So,
and it wasn't just this. There was some other stuff in the misogyny, Me Too jokes. Like this was a behavior that was being displayed in the writer's room and within the script. And when it was brought to the attention, basically they weren't fired. They just did not renew their contracts, which means they were fired in a sense. But I was so from the trailers that we saw for this show, and everything that we've seen so far from the show, I was so wrapped up in that and thinking like, hey, this is, better than most of the CW shows that we get. But then after reading that article, I sat back and I was like, the writers, if this is true, they're totally right. Because at this point, we're in episode 3, about to get episode 4, and the only African Americans on this show are villains. So that made me take a little step back a little bit. I'm still going to watch the rest of the season to see how it plays out, but I'm not sure how I feel. I want to say I'll be disappointed if we get to the end of the season and there's no positive African American influence, especially if it goes into a season 2. I don't know, So I feel like what we're seeing now is a mild case. I noticed it right off the bat, but I felt like they cleaned it up just enough to where it just kind of like teeters right on the line. If you hadn't read that article, you wouldn't have really picked up on it. I picked up on it, but again, that article was written last year and it just resurfaced because the show just came out. So I had already knew all that stuff. But also when I look at it, my brain starts to work, well, what else was in there? Because this is a mild case. It's just enough to make you feel like, okay, but if they cleaned it up just enough, I want to know like what else was in there.
Right.
Because if this was just enough to just make you kind of like what actually was in there. So,
and I do think from what we saw this episode, I think they're kind of sort of trying to turn around with Sean, where he had that little moment with Jordan in there, and we might find out later on in the season that Captain Luther is actually a good guy. He's not really a villain, but we'll see. But I'm right there with you. What else was there that we're not seeing?
And I don't know, maybe that's another thing that they're doing. I'm of the mindset, I'm like, I want to see the whole season and how it plays out, because again, this is one of those situations, just like kind of WandaVision, depending upon what chair you're sitting in will determine who the actual villain is. We've already seen from Captain Luthor his backstory. We've got a glimpse of it, and in that scenario, he's not necessarily the villain. So, so I don't know. People are complicated. Words are hard. No, I don't know. But yeah, I want to know these powered people.
Yes, that's the big question at this point, because I was totally not expecting for that fight scene in the motel to go the way that it did. I was expecting like Clark would show up and like take care of this dude real quick, and it was not the case. We had a pretty good action scene in there too, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But it kind of took me by surprise.
He actually had to put in effort to beat. So that's where I was like, well, where did you come from? Where do your powers come from to where Superman's got to actually put in some effort here to knock you out? You know what I mean? Or get rid of you. Because he didn't.
I was like, Clark, you need to start boxing more. Like,
stop playing. I was
like,
bad with he
brush up on real skills.
Look, stop playing and pull out the laser eyes. And he pulled out the cold breath. And I was like, yes, he's going to smash him like such. Oh, no, he can't do that. But it would have been nice to see.
Yeah, that scene totally tripped me out because I totally thought when he punched that man when he was frozen, he was like, that man was going to go in a million pieces across that whole I was like, you went dark. Like, I wasn't expecting this dark of the CW. It didn't happen, so goodness.
Lois is getting close to something though. We know it. And I feel like I'm predicting right now, these people who are showing up with powers, it has something to do with these towns, these missing people, they're being reconditioned in something's happening here, you know?
Yeah. And the only thing that Morgan Edge had to do was just leave Lois alone, and everybody would have been like, "Oh, Lois is crazy," but no, all the cars and hotels, like, way to make it worse.
Or can we try to at least be inconspicuous here, like this big ass tall motherfucker, just walking around like you don't stand out? Like...
Tony Silver looking ass. Because he had a little mole.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Now here's the good thing, Mo. Like, we literally get to see this next episode tomorrow. Like, so we don't have to wait. You know, it's kind of a good deal. We're gonna get the continuation here, but it's a solid episode. I'm curious. I'm intrigued. I want to know what's happening. What about you guys? What did you think about episode 3? This fight scenes. What are some of your predictions? Where are these meta humans, or if is that what they call them in Superman? Meta humans. Where they came from? Like, who running tests on them? Like, where did they come from? Drop down in the comments. Let us know. Until next time, we are your hosts. I'm Killer Cam.
And I'm Monique.
We'll see you on the next episode of Blerd Up Reacts.
Thanks, guys.